So I'm Josh Hough, founder and managing director of CareLineLive. So started while I was at college, and then sort of after college when I was waiting for a period to do some resits. And I think that was what kind of made me realise, because I was going to go and study at university. That was what sort of my intention was. Grew up in a family where it was, I would say, almost expected that I was going to go to university. And in that sort of like almost gap year, if you like, I started to realise that actually maybe education wasn't the thing that I wanted to do all the time anymore. Maybe actually I was going to go and study law with business, and actually there's a lot of self-reading, there's a lot of self-motivation in that, and it's just full of books. And I don't necessarily have a problem with that, but I think I realised in that year that I enjoyed business more than I enjoyed the prospect of education, basically. I started initially, did a small sort of like project, if you like. Well, not really a project, but more of a small business with my sister. We started a magazine while we were at secondary school together. Actually, she was at primary school at the time. I was in the early years of secondary school. And then after that, moved on to sort of IT services for small businesses and friends and family and stuff like that, basic websites and things like that. And I would use people that I knew at college to kind of do the work for me. So while they're at university, I guess almost to a point, sort of feeding their beer fund, if you like. So I could get it done. And I enjoyed more of the sales and the interaction, the business side of it, than I was good at that technical piece. Through my childhood, there were various sort of like health issues that I suffered, and I suffer from today, and will suffer for the rest of my life. So things like through secondary school, I used an electric wheelchair to get around, and had a lot of sort of like health and professional care inputs through my life and still today. And I think what I realised is that having the flexibility of creating your own career and creating your own sort of work routine means that I can balance what I face on a daily basis against being able to create something around it. Being in a wheelchair is a pretty kind of brutal experience as a teenager. It's not a particularly pleasant experience. You feel like the outcast because you're the only one that's different. But